Hello and welcome to Unacademy, the one-stop solution for English medium UPSC Civil Services aspirant. The day is here, the wait is over, the admit cards are out. Whilst I was taking CNA, we got to know that the admit cards are out. So here we are with do's and don'ts, how to fill that up and how to get your admit cards. And there are multiple things which you should know before you go into the exam hall. That is the purpose of this discussion. So as soon as you will go on the UPSC website, you will be greeted by this basic informatic or creative. Understand one thing, don't click here, do not click here and straight away click here. Rather than going to the home page, then going and downloading the e-admit card, straight away click here on the e-admit card. This is the first thing you will see on the UPSC website as of right now in this second itself. It will automatically prompt this window itself. So you should click here, first thing. Then you will be taken to this page itself. Here you would have to then choose this, check this firstly, June 16th as indicated by the UPSC, June 16th, and it will be valid up to 4 p.m. You will click here, which is download, and then you'll be redirected to this. Again, there are three pages just to reach till this point. So you start here, then you click on download, then you click here. This is the main page, which is the most important, and this is not very difficult. 3-step point. First e-admit card, then download, and thereafter click here. After this you will be greeted by this page, which is important instructions. This is very critical because the do's and don'ts are here itself. The first and foremost thing is, as soon as you download your admit card, you have to check for discrepancies, which is name, roll number, registration ID, name of the examination hall that you would know in the admit card itself. That cannot be changed, but your name, registration ID, father's name and the roll number which has been provided should be checked. If there is any issue in the name and registration ID, you should communicate to the UPSC, and you can do that via correspondence, and you have to mention all of these things. So first thing is, you make sure that you see that your picture is okay, then you see your name is okay, then your father's name, and over and above that your registration ID. Registration ID you would know because you would have generated that previously when you had filled the form. If you don't remember the registration ID, check your email ID or your mobile. You will have it in the SMS section. UPSC always sends the registration ID through SMS and email. So this is the first thing you should do, check everything. Now, be it anything, if there's a discrepancy, if there's no discrepancy, there's one rule you have to follow, which is when you will go to the exam hall, you have to carry a original photo identity card, and which is mentioned in the e-admit card. When you were filling up the form, it has asked you for an ID. That ID which was indicated in the form should be with you in original form, so that you can show it to the what we call as invigilators when you're entering into the exam hall. So please understand this point. E-admit card printout along with, please don't take your phone, you will not be allowed to take phones inside. Printout, first thing. Second thing, original photo identity card whose number is mentioned on e-admit card, and this has to be there at both points of time, which is in GS paper 1 in the morning, and for CSAT both times you need to have. Don't throw away your admit card, or don't give your photo ID card to your parents, or basically lose it in between. So what is the checklist? First checklist is check your name, check all the details. Then on the day itself, you need to have your printout of admit card, plus you have to make sure that you have the photo identity card as mentioned on the admit card, as mentioned by you in the form, and the number should match. It should not be that the number which is mentioned in the admit card, for example, Aadhaar number, is different from the Aadhaar number which you're taking along. There should be no discrepancy with regards to that, and that has to be there. That e-admit card must be preserved till the declaration of the result, which is after the exam is over also. Don't throw it away. Preserve the admit card itself. This is the first and the most important concept here, which is admit card printout plus photo ID card as mentioned. Remember, don't do this, which is that you had mentioned Aadhaar, have taken a PAN card. Now they will create a scene there. You will become nervous before the examination. It will be problematic. So if you mention Aadhaar, take Aadhaar. Aadhaar can be downloaded from the Aadhaar website. Aadhaar does not need to be basically bought from anywhere. Aadhaar, the PVC card, or even the digital form can be printed and taken along. So you can download it from the Aadhaar. If you've mentioned PAN, if you've mentioned voter ID, whatever you've mentioned, take it with you. It should be original. It should not be a photocopy. Because Aadhaar, there is no concept of original. The colored printout of it is going to be enough. However, for PAN and for example voter ID, original card needs to be taken. Please make sure you do that. Then one more interesting thing is mentioned here. As always, please remember that the only pen you can use in the examination is black ballpoint pen. Answers other than those marked by black ballpoint pen will not be evaluated. So as a way of your checklist, make sure that you have a black ballpoint pen, at least 5 to 6. Don't take one, take 5 to 6 with you, so that if they stop working on that day, you at least have backups. So black ballpoint pen is the second thing which is important. Thereafter, there could be a case that when you uploaded your picture and that picture got distorted, or there was some discrepancy, there was some issue. So they have given you the remedy if that happens. For example, if the candidate's image is not proper, a candidate whose photograph on his/her e-admit card is not clear, or photograph is without his or her name and date of photograph, will have to bring a photo ID card along with 2 passport size photographs with his/her name and date photograph, one for each session appearing in the examination. Now, what does this mean? For example, if you remember, there was a new rule which was brought in. The new rule was that your photo should have your name and date of taking the picture. If you did not do this, for example, you were not able to upload something like this that day, now they are asking that if this type of picture is not there on the admit card with name and date of picture, then what you should do is that take your admit card, take a photo ID card, but now get this made. And 2 of these pictures should be with you. I will give you a checklist in the end, so don't worry. This should be with you, so that you can give it to the examiner or to the invigilator, and he will paste it on your what we call as attendance sheet. So this is again a very important point. This is the second thing which, if you by mistake did not upload it, a lot of messages came to me last time when I had made the announcement that the forms are here. You said I was not able to upload this, that. This is the solution. Now get this made and take it with you, at least 6 to 7 of these copies, so that if needed, they can be given to the examiner. A very important point mentioned in the end: please do visit the examination center beforehand if you are in the same city. If you are in the same city, please do once visit the exam center. Sometimes, because these are government schools, there could be multiple in the same locality. There is no point running in the morning 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock looking for the college. Everybody is going, a college or school, everybody is going to be in a certain chaotic mood, and you will make mistakes at this point of time. So make sure that you have already seen. If it's a different city, that's a separate issue altogether. In the same city, you have to make sure that you're going and checking that out once beforehand. Checking beforehand is something which is good. Last but not the least, this is important, 30 minutes. It says, please note that entry into exam hall shall be closed 30 minutes before the scheduled commencement. That is 9 AM and 2 PM, which is for first paper, after 9 nobody's entry is going to happen, and in the CSAT paper after 2 nobody's entry is going to happen. A very important advice I will give you, because there's a lot of time between paper 1 and paper 2. For lunch, students go far away. Don't do that on the day of the examination. Eat or get some food with you. If you're going to eat basically somewhere in a restaurant or nearby the what we call as exam hall, don't go too far, because a lot of students have this horror story where they given the paper for 1 very well, they went to eat, they came back, it was already 2:10. Now they will not let you enter. UPSC doesn't care. You should know this. They don't care it is your first attempt or your fifth attempt. They don't care if you've put in 1000 hours, 2000 hours, or if you've not slept for at least 30 to 40 days. They don't care what is your struggle. They only care about rules and regulations. That is the first thing to becoming an IAS officer. So make sure that you are not late. Whoever has a tendency to be late, start at 6 o'clock in the morning. Though please, you should also know the amount of time it will take you to go from your home to the center. If it is 1.5 hours, 1 hour, it is take at least half an hour, 1 hour in your hand. That day, that is the last thing you should be worrying about, is to looking at the time and checking if you'll reach or not. You should be in a very calm state of mind before going into the examination. Now, before I go into the other discussion, let me basically summarize. Once you will click here, there will be a confirmation aspect here. Then either through roll number or registration, this is the one you will use. You can now download the admit card. Now, this is a very important announcement for you. The ultimate price is back, which is 24,999. You can become the part of the Unacademy family if you have considered this. But you have two more very interesting developments for you. If when you download your admit card, you can go to the Unacademy website, and as soon as you will go to the Unacademy website, there will be a widget which will come from the side. I encourage you to fill up the registration number, phone number, date of birth into this. There will be two things which will happen. Firstly, you will get registered with us, and if you are an existing student with us, you will automatically get the QEP, which is the Quality Enhancement Program, and Conquer Mains is coming on 1st July will be starting Conquer Mains. That will be given to you at a significant discount, and you will automatically at that point of time get a CSAT handbook with all the formulas, and over and above that, there will also be the 20 years previous year questions compiled by our team will be given to you. And if you are not an existing student, QEP access will be given to you, and that will be given again through maybe it could be free for you if you have registered here. And for an existing student, your subscription is also going to get extended automatically. If you 15 months and you have cleared prelims, and we know through this, you will automatically get another 6-8 months for free, so that you clear the examination for sure. And the second thing is CSAT handbook and 20 years previous year question automatically downloaded if you fill this up. Now, what is the checklist for all the students? The checklist is, on the day you should have your admit card, you should have the photo ID card which you had mentioned in the form as mentioned in the admit card. You should have at least 5 to 6 pens, black pens, blue, red, don't take, black pens, and you have to be calm, composed, water bottle. One more thing which is mentioned is, if you are wearing a watch, smart watches are not allowed. They will throw it away. A basic analog watch is what is needed. Not a digital, not even a smartwatch. So no smartwatches, no digital watches. If you don't have an analog watch, buy it. They will create a scene again. So for a student who has checked, name is fine, photograph is fine, everything is fine, very simply, on that day, you should have your printout of your admit card, your what we call as 4 to 5 pens, plus your photo ID card in original. For a student who has some discrepancy, you have to contact UPSC right now. If the only discrepancy is photo ID card or photo issue, which is that you have not given the photo with which the name and date of picture is there, take 5 to 6 passport size photographs which have been recently clicked as prescribed previously, so that they will put it on the attendance form. So with this, firstly, all the best to everybody. The time is here, the time is now. Remember why you started. Please remember, don't have to panic. First, do's and don'ts. First thing is, don't have to panic. This will create a lot of pressure, stress. Don't have to panic. You got this, you will get it. Second, on that day itself, one night before, don't study till 2 or 3 in the morning. Get at least 8 to 9 hours of sleep so that you are fresh in the morning. Third, because it is very, very hot, be hydrated, take water with you, and make sure that you are not eating something which will impact you in the second paper CSAT. Try to avoid contaminated food, try to avoid very oily foods. It may lead to you getting certain issues in the exam hall itself. Fourth, remember that this is an examination. You only have to be smart on that existing day. The paper will be difficult for everybody. The paper will be easy for everybody. Assess and understand, and don't have a nervous breakdown in the exam hall if all the questions are very difficult. Sometimes first 10 can be difficult, then it will become better. So you have to do stress management, time management, and don't do the blunder of marking all the answers in the what we call as the physical question paper and try to mark all the OMR in the end. That will also create panic. If you are 100% sure about the answer, from time to time keep on marking the OMR so that you have created at least the questions where you know you are correct. So please don't again do this blunder. We've all done it. We all have the experience. From our team, all the best. Please do take care and download the admit card. Do register on our website so that you can get QEP access, Conquer Mains. Plus, you will also get subscription extension if you clear prelims itself, and you also get just before the examination the CSAT handbook with formulas and 20-year previous year questions for practice. Thank you, take care, and all the best.